Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing this Sunday evening? I know I'm a few minutes late. I do apologize. I must just tell you that my stomach is not happy. So if I have to close down the live stream, unfortunately, I will have to close down the live stream, but I shall try and go on as long as I can. In fact, while I'm here, get this gone. It's my hernia. It's my hernia. And I see loads of you are in the chat, which is wonderful. And I'm just getting my last story up here. So bear with me a second while I find this, because it's really funny. It's really, I think you'll have a good laugh at this one, which I think I'm going to start with today. I'll end with it because it's the type of thing that's better to end with. Sorry, guys. System slow, internet slow, video and audio fine. Thank you so much, Billy. Right, I see loads of you in the chat. That's fabulous. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And thank you to those of you who were chatting in Political X's or Sunday Roast this morning. And thank you to those who advertised my show tonight. I really appreciate it. How are you all doing? Oh, I did want to put a poll up as well, and I'll do it in a minute. So let's see. We've got Pete. He was first in, front seat. Well done, Pete. Lots and lots of kudos to you, and you get the star. There you go. You got the star. Hi, Billy. Lovely to see you. You've just been watching Marcus make a bird box. Interesting. Marcus from All Shorts. Yes, if one of the mods could pop up the link to Marcus's All Shorts channel, that would be awesome. Our friend who resides in France, I believe. I'm not sure where. Hi, Chris C, my producer. Thank you for being here. Diz, hello, my love. Lovely to see you. Hi, Mithril. Wonderful to have you here. Elle, hello, my darling. Thank you for joining. Good to see you again. David Jacobson, hello. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Have I missed anybody? I will try and keep up with the chat. Elle, I was dropping off again. I'm sat up, not making that mistake again. Okay. Who's playing golf? Working okay in Scotland. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pete, for letting me know about that. Always plug you, Witchy. Thank you, Elle. I really do appreciate it. I really do. You've no idea how much it means to me that you guys do actually mention me on other channels. It really makes it makes me feel good. You know, when I see my name come, oh. Chris, be right back. Need to get my dinner out of the oven. Hurry up. Hi, Draka. Hi, Alexis. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm going to be starting with a Joe popped up a video from him. Hello, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. Always good. Have I missed anybody? Because I've got live chat on today instead of top chat, which I always do. So there is a story that I'm going to start with in a minute. First of all, let's draw a card and let's do the star signs. I've got an interesting one for you, interesting star signs for you this week. I actually wanted to do it last week, but I didn't get a chance. I think it was last week and I didn't get a chance. Not sure why. I'm sure something was going on. So these are that lovely deck that I got out of one of the magazines that I buy. It's a magazine from a few years ago now. So I think if you would like to get it, you'd have to contact the magazine directly and see if they've got any decks left. Because I know if there are any magazines over, the shops that sell them send them back to the magazine company. So let's see what we've got today. Oh, Can you see it? The dragonfly, light worker. I absolutely love dragonflies. Absolutely love them. They are such magical insects. I just find them so beautiful and so mystical. We had a swimming pool in the back garden when I lived in South Africa as a kid with my folks. And they would always fly low over the swimming pool when you're swimming, like, wow, you know. And of course, obviously, you see them in the gardens, and anything that reflects and looks like water, they tend to fly over because they want to, you know, repopulate. Hi, Chris, you're back. Good, good. What are you having for dinner? What are you having for dinner? Could you make your own by using a pack of playing cards and painting them? Billy, it is something that I want to do. It's been in my head for a very long time. I will be using my photography. I've got loads of photography. I used to do. I need to get a new camera. This is the last one that I had. Probably battery's probably flat. Oh no, the battery's not flat. It's a Canon something or other, and it has a massive zoom. That no battery needs charging. So yeah, I did some great shots with this, and the program to edit is on my computer, so I would need to sort something out with that. So I'll be using my own artwork. I've got images of animals and birds and trees and flowers and all sorts. And this is my old Pentax. Probably also needs new batteries. There is actually a film in here that I need to take out and get developed from the last time I was in South Africa, which was a long time ago. But I was on a safari and I took photos of the animals. So I should get that. I'll send it off and get it printed. I'll send it off and get it printed. So anyway, dragonfly. So yes, Billy, it is something that I will be doing eventually at some stage in the future when I've got time. I still got my Christmas decorations in boxes on the daybed in the dining room that I need to sort out and pack away. And it's now, what, just over halfway through, well, nearly the end of February, isn't it? So the message on this card is, you possess the power of light. The dragonfly symbolizes change and transformation and being open to experience new things. It's usually symbolic of something big unfolding in your personal journey. Every flight the dragonfly takes is perilous, yet truly unforgettable. I agree with that. I completely agree with that. It does feel like new experiences are opening up at the moment for us all. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, you will have seen, some of you will have seen the video that I've recorded yesterday and put up, me practicing and teaching yoga. I was out running and my legs were sore, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to stretch my legs out when I get home, do some yoga. Got back and thought, why don't I film this? Because there was two poses that I did, which was Janusarasana, which is single leg forward fold, and I did spinal twists, which I can feel today in my lateral muscles, my latissimus dorsi. Stephen, I will confess to having 3 sets of tarot and 2 books, Curiosity, when I was younger. They're wrapped in satin in a wooden box. That's beautiful. Do you know what decks they are, Stephen? I've got close to 100, probably more, to be honest. I don't know really how many I've got. Oracle cards and tarot decks. Yeah, they're all in little bags or boxes or baskets. There's some on the shelf there. I've got, I did have a Geiger one, but I think I gave that to somebody, which was very unusual. It was a very unusual deck, that the HR Geiger, I think it is. The guy that Alien, the mother bitch in Alien. So I'm sorry if I've missed some comments here. Chrissy, I was going to treat myself to a takeaway pizza, but my regular takeaway is closed. So chicken tikka masala with rice and chips. It is nice. I don't do spicy food. Unfortunately, my stomach doesn't like it. Smarter Everyday has a brilliant series on how film is made. He visited the Kodak factory in New York. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Very, very interesting. Mythful, my sister was a spiteful cow. When Dad died, she got rid of all his stuff, including a lovely Leica camera he'd got for his 18th. I'd have liked that camera because I love physical film. Yeah, I know. It's I did have my granddad's camera, but I gave it to my niece because she was doing photography. So I don't know what happened to that, but they're in the attic, which I will get them out and take a few pics. But how do I show them? Stephen, you can email them to me. Email the photos to me at thewitchygoth@gmail.com. Sorry, I can never remember it because my daily one is the one that I use the most, and then I can download them and pop them on the on my posts if you wouldn't mind. Then I can, or if it's just for my, for me to have a look. Peeps, I use an old Nikon film, black and white mainly, like digital, use a Fuji compact with manual lens, but prefer paper for serious work. Yeah. I have a Canon EQS D250 DSLR, perfect for my product photography. Yeah, I'd love a DSLR. I would love a DSLR, but expensive, very expensive. So let's do the star signs. Now this is something different. Just thought we'd have a laugh. These are the star signs as cats. So we'll start with Pisces. The Persian. Dreamy, mystical, soft, emotional, ethereal. Gentle presence, deep inner world. Float between realms, intuitive, spiritual, otherworld soul. So that's Pisces. Aquarius is the Sphinx, the Sphinx cat. Unique, otherworldly, misunderstood, visionary, deep eyes, strange beauty, different mind, breaks norms, walks own path. Capricorn, one of my favorite cats, the Norwegian forest cat. Absolutely love them. Ancient strength, stoic, resilient, enduring. Climbs mountains, survives storms. Wise, patient, quietly powerful, built for legacy. Sagittarius, the Abyssinian. Explorer soul, curious, adventurous, freedom-loving, climbs high, roams far. Restless spirit seeking truth and experience. Scorpio, the black cat. Mystical, intense, powerful, secretive, deep eyes, silent steps, witch familiar energy, magnetic, psychic, protective, untouchable, shadow walker. Libra, the Burman. They look sort of Persian, but they're fluffier. Not Persian, sorry. Siamese. They look like Siamese, but they're fluffier. Balanced beauty, soft charm, harmony, energy, elegant, gentle, peaceful presence, draws others in effortlessly, natural grace. Virgo, the Russian blue, quiet, intelligent, observant, refined, precise movements, sharp awareness, clean, composed, deep thinker, sees everything others miss. Leo, the Maine Coon, another one of my favorites. I would love one, but I think it would be like having a horse around the house, to be honest, and my little Flurry would get very upset. She'd be terrified. So Leo, the Maine Coon, golden mane, confident, regal, beloved, dominant, proud, powerful, in a powerful presence, loves attention, true, craves respect, king of the cats, ruler of all he surveys. Cancer, the ragdoll. I love ragdolls. To be honest, I love all cats. Just, you know, soft soul, emotional, nurturing, deeply bonded, gentle eyes, protective heart, lives for love, home, and emotional safety. Taurus, that's me. The British short hair. Dead boring, isn't it? The British short hair, grounded, calm, luxurious, comfort loving. Definitely comfort loving. Soft but stubborn. Loves warmth, food, and peace. Strong, silent presence, unmoved by chaos. Aries, the last one. The Bengal. Love Bengals as well. Wildfire energy, bold, fearless, unstoppable, athletic, dominant, always moving. Bengal matches Aries' warrior spirit, born to lead, not to follow. These are by a woman called Deb Marshall, and she is from Witches and Old Souls. I shall pop these up in the chat over the next couple of days because there's 12 of them, so you can only pop up, I'll need that. You can only pop up 10 photos at a time, I think it is, on YouTube. So loads of people have commented, which is fantastic. Stephen says, there's a set of cards I got given, strange black and white set, kind of look like rune cards. Will defo get pics to you, Witchy. Sounds good. So you can take the front and the back as well, because often on the back they have the, not on these ones, these are, they'll have the copyright on the bottom, on the back. Protect your anonymity with a new Gmail account advice. Yeah, I did. That's why thewitchygoth@gmail.com, because my own email address is my own email address, and I already get enough shit through that, so I don't need more shit through there. Not that you guys will send me shit, and I'm sorry. I know there are a lot of you that have sent me stuff, and I need to get back to them tomorrow. I know I'm always saying tomorrow, but tomorrow. Your God, is it BAFTA season already? Yes, I think it is, Chris C. So I don't know if any of you guys watch Shabazz Ali. He's really funny. He does commentary on the dresses that some of them wear, and oh my God, he's hilarious. So if you do get to see him, have a look at his stuff. He's just really funny. He has the way of doing it. It is just, yeah. I think it's on TikTok because I see his stuff on Facebook, you know, in the, excuse me, Gaviscon's working. Thank you, Stephen. You'll definitely look them out. It doesn't feel like 5 minutes since the last one. The last one, what? Oh, BAFTAs, yeah. Chris not tried a digital Nikon, just love the old school paper ones, built like a tank, used it all over the world, monsoons, super cold, minus 22 degrees, rainforest, desert, never miss a trick. Wow. You'll shit if I do it here then. Okay, you have a poo. You have a poo, El. You're always talking about poo. I've noticed this. Do you know, though, a lot of conversations when you're talking to people will end up about poo. And I'm not talking about poo as in rubbish. I'm talking about actual real poo. They certainly don't make them like they used to. No, they don't. I'm having a chuckle at the news story. I was going to read that. I was going to read that, Chris C. That was one of my stories. I'll still read it anyway. I've just got to find where it is. Yeah, so I'll read this one first, seeing as Chris has spoilt my show. Bloody producers. You don't talk about shit. You just talk a lot of shit. It's okay, Chris. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hello, One Angry Pagan. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry. This is just doing its thing. Old computer. I need to work on it. I just wish I could be bothered. I wish I could be bothered. Plop away, Ellie. There's spoiler alert. Yeah. So Pagan, you missed the card of the day. Oh, there's an insect that flew into my tea, and because it was hot, it's died. I do try and save them. I don't like to see them drown. I saved a spider in the shower. You know, Daddy Longlegs. He was, or she was struggling in the water, and I try and get them out beforehand. So I put my hands underneath and got them out, but it was too late. This is just really doing its... Sorry, guys, wrong mouse. It's going to tell me to reboot in a minute. I know it is. Anyway, tonight I am having, what am I having? Apple and cinnamon. Hopefully to help my stomach. You do shit jokes. Okay. Billy, you saw a bumblebee today. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I thought I was going to see a bumblebee, but I didn't. But I did see lots of birds. They were all chirping and shouting and stuff. And I did take some photos. I don't think I loaded them on my YouTube channel, but I will load them later. I was hoping to see bumblebees, but I did see, sorry, that's shining into it. That's glinting away. But the sun was amazing. When I was running, I actually stopped a few times just to bask in its warmth, and the breeze was gentle as well. Okay, this is just not going to do what I want it to do. So good old Control Alt Delete. Let me see if I can get it up on here. Hang on, guys. Okay, I found it here. This is from VT. I've no idea what VT is. Do not consent to that. Okay, so hang on. Is this got the right stuff? Sorry, I've just got it because I've got it already. I had got it already. It really is annoying. So I'm just starting Task Manager over here to see what I need to shut down because it's not responding. I knew it would say that. Yes. So when he was being kicked out of the of his house, the Royal Lodge, he reportedly cried out, "I'm the Queen's second son. You can't do this to me." Oh, boo-boos, boo-boos. Yeah, she's not around to look after you anymore, is she? So, yeah, she's not around. Let's end that because I've read it now. Yeah, so that's a shocker. Not. They're so mollycoddled, aren't they? The royals, so mollycoddled. They don't know or understand what the real world is all about. They really have no idea. Pagan, I saw you said spiders aren't pests. No, they're not pests. I agree with you. I agree 100%. I think we talked about spiders a few days ago on here. I can't remember which show it was now, but we did talk about spiders there, and I love them. I don't take down the the cobwebs. There are loads of cobwebs. And when I do, because obviously sometimes you have to, like when the landlord comes around, I'm like, I'm so sorry, spiders. I'm so sorry. I hate it. I hate it. And some like will run off and I'll just let them run off behind the pictures. Some spring flowers are out now. They have some solitary bees as pollinators. Yes, they do. I saw some crocuses today. And there's the snowdrops are out. The daffodils are up, but the flowers aren't open yet. My tulips are starting to come up, and the bluebells, the green shoots are about that big, so they've not started with the flowers yet. You could argue Charles has held back British architecture for several decades. Yeah. My favorite spider is the Portia jumping spider. I don't like jumping spiders. She did know, Billy. She did know. She knew she was protecting him. I don't, probably twofold there. Whether she was protecting him to protect him, or whether she was protecting him to protect the royal monarchy, you know. But you all know how I feel about people and horrible issues with, grape, SA, SV, DV, and CA. So, yeah. There are growing calls for Andrew to be investigated for treason. Yes, there are, Chrissy. I have seen that. And my thoughts are that, it should be. He should be. It's, not just him, but all of the other people who are involved in those Epstein files. And I mean, we know that a lot of American people are going to get away with it because of Trump. But interestingly, I'm going to be doing a video about this tomorrow. Andrew Tate has been mentioned in the Epstein files. Yes, he was. He has denied it many times, but he is mentioned in the Epstein files, which I had no doubt that he was, going to be mentioned in the Epstein files. No doubt at all. I mean, that's so nice and gentle on my tummy. Calling me shocked that Tate was mentioned in the files. Absolutely. Absolutely. Could argue Charles has held back. Yep. I said that one. The whole rotten lot should be investigated and tried. By that, I mean the royals' accessories for sure. Yeah, I agree. I don't believe in the monarchy. I think it's a waste of our money. We pay them and they do fuck all for us. I mean, okay, they do a lot for charity. But, what about the charity of the witchy goth, or the charity of Chrissy, or the charity of Pagan, or the charity of L, or what, why should we pay them to live in those gigantic homes and to they've got all those jewels, the crown jewels and all the rest of it, and so much pomp and circumstance. It's not right. It's not right. It infuriates me. And I know that there are some people that are monarchists and, it's what makes us British and all the rest of it. It's not. It's not. They're just a drain. They're a drain on the British peoples. I do think that with sort of the younger generations, they don't care so much about the monarchy, whereas the older generations, definitely the silent generation, do, because they obviously remember. I mean, my mum remembers George. She remembers watching the coronation of the Queen on a black and white TV at a friend's house across the road because they didn't have a TV. So, yeah, it just, I think that age group really does look at the monarchy as being something special because they lived through that time period, the silent generation before them, the golden generation, was it the silent generation, or the golden generation? Was it the golden generation, the one before the silent generation, the one that my grandma was? We have this completely, I think, like I said, younger generations don't really care so much about the monarchy. Hello, Viper Scott. Thank you for joining, and big thank you to you for plugging me on Sunday Roast earlier today. Really appreciate it. Pagan, before the Normans, our kings were technically elected or unalived. The majority of the crown jewels are stolen from other lands, absolutely. Queenie is guilty as Nancy. She covered for him. You shield an on-the-run bank robber. See what you get. She shielded a dirty, filthy nonce. Makes me fucking balk. Yeah, absolutely. Royals were useful when it came to Trump, but I called it Trump will change the deal like Vader on Bespin. Andros Cloud City. Okay, I'm no idea. I know you're referring to Star Wars there, but yeah. Just checking through the comments. Exactly, stole their crown jewels from the colonies, never asked the natives. True. Oh, excuse me. Just like the majority of the exhibits in the British Museum are stolen. Don't a lot of them now, forgive me if I'm wrong, I know that a lot of the exhibits get moved around, don't they, to spend a certain amount of time in this place, certain amount of time in that place. But I do think that, you know, it's good that we get to see these artworks and artifacts, but everybody should have that opportunity to see them. Right, this is just doing the same thing again. Oh, it's so annoying, so frustrating. So there's another headline that I want to come to if my, I'm just going to have to close stuff down here, I think, guys, sorry. I'm going to have to open it here. Only a tiny percentage of what the British Museum holds is shown. Yeah, because I believe they've got a whole load of Egyptian stuff downstairs in the vaults and that, haven't they? And some of it's haunted, apparently. I watched The Mummy, one of my favourite movies. Okay, I'm going to have to go to this on this pewter. It's the cat. Oh, here we go. It's suddenly gone. Why on earth would he be given clearance? Who would be given clearance? Royal visit in the past. Okay, all right. You're covered in dust and cobwebs. Oh, bless you, Stephen. Oh my God, you didn't have to do it right now, but you know, top of the class. Shiny star for you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Do you know that? You guys are absolutely awesome. I certainly wouldn't go up in the attic at night. Definitely not. Okay, so some breaking news this afternoon. This is from the Beeb. Armed man unalived after entering secure perimeter of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. So an armed man has been unalived with a pew-pew after entering the secure perimeter of US President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, the Secret Service has said, and that's from 51 minutes ago. So there's some breaking news for you. Another person has tried to remove the Orange Menace from the face of the planet. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to do it, but he tried. He did try. Some comments here that I'm having a look at that have just come up. Oh, hang on, here's the full article. The man was carrying a shotgun and fuel can when he was stopped and shot by Secret Service agents and a sheriff's deputy, authorities said. The incident happened around 1:30 Eastern time. That's about 6:30 GMT on Sunday morning. That's 6:30 p.m., isn't it, here? When the president was in Washington. Well, 6:30 this morning. I haven't even seen this until now. When did this actually happen? The subject's identity has not been released yet, but he was white and in his early 20s, officers said. Some comments here. BKT T42 says, I wonder if that has anything to do with the Epstein files. Maybe it just has to do with the fact that the man's an idiot. Fitpol1 says, as of February 22nd, Kash Patel, FBI director, is currently in Italy for the Olympics. Zero Kim J says, coincidentally, nearly every time Dumping McFile is taking some serious heat for his criminality and ineptitude, a Pew person happens, or he threatens invasion. Code Switch 123 says, I'm surprised they've not found an Iranian passport at the scene. Inexorable says, distraction from the Epstein files. Lee Garner 3675 says, Mar-a-Lago isn't safe anymore for Trump, would be safer in prison. I think I agree with that. So there we go. He's somebody's attempt to remove him from the face of the planet. Pity they missed, but we can't have everything. So I'm going to come to a story now, if it'll load. It's loaded. Thank you, hamster. The hamster's woken up. I saw this last night and I thought, ooh, this is interesting, and this explains a lot. Now, remember this past week on, was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was talking about the fire horse, the Chinese year of the fire horse, and all things fire horsey and what's happening this year. Now, some of you may be aware of certain things and that energies affect us. You can believe it or disbelieve it, doesn't matter. Personally, I believe it. That's my own personal choice of the learnings and the work and readings and studies that I've done. So this is from the New York Post. I've actually seen this in a few different papers and newspapers. It's from 2 days ago. Spike in earth vibrations could be scrambling brains with bizarre ringing noise. So if you've been suffering with tinnitus, now you know why. Bad vibrations. It actually says that in this. I'm not making it up. It's a good one, though. It's a good one. Did you like my left foot in, left foot out on my video earlier? A weather watchdog has reported an uptick in Earth's hum-like heartbeat, raising concerns that it could be affecting people's brains. Now, the Earth is said to make a sound like the Om chant. So that's like a demonstrate now, don't laugh. That last bit of resonation, that is supposedly what the Earth sounds like. My lips are all itchy now. So known as Schumann resonance, this natural electromagnetic frequency creates waves in the gap between Earth's surface and the ionosphere, the layer above Earth where sunlight charges particles, allowing radio signals to travel long distances, per NASA. Created and maintained by lightning strikes around the world, this literal rock music generally reverberates at 7.83 cycles per second, measured in hertz. The spike in the Earth's heartbeat has been attributed to a moderate solar flare. Just scrolling down because there's so many adverts on these bloody things. A change in this earthly frequency is said to cause everything from ringing in the ears to mood swings. So I actually think this makes sense because so many people I know have been suffering with various things that will be exacerbated by energy shifts and energy changes. Let's look at SAD, seasonal affective disorder, when people suffer in winter with the dark days and the melatonin drops, and our vitamin D, we lose our vitamin D. So it's always good to take a vitamin D tablet or whatever at that time. But we do become sadder and depressed in the darker winter. So it makes sense to me that that energy, that sound, which we probably can't actually really hear, creates mood swings. Now, I often get a ringing in my ears, and I attribute it, when it happens to me, as being a spirit is around me, that I'm tuning into the spirit realm. That's just my own sort of work that I've done, and like listen and think, okay, I'm listening to the spirit realm. But of course, it could be, it could be anything else. So if you believe in energies, and if you have been suffering with mood swings over the last few days, this could well be the reason. However, online space weather tracking app Meteo Agent has recorded a spike in this pulse throughout February, which they say has the potential to cause problems. Now, so many of my friends were so affected in February with mood swings, and especially down moods, sad moods, and going on to the darker side of the moods. And I suffered with it. You will have seen that I cancelled a few live streams and posted that the black dog was chasing me. Black dog, for anybody who doesn't know, is what we call the depression that is chasing us, and we try to stay ahead of it. The concern is that this earthly rhythm is believed to affect brainwave patterns associated with everything from sleep to concentration, meaning that a sudden spike could theoretically throw our neural equilibrium off kilter. Indeed, anecdotal reports have linked a disturbance in the force field. I sense a disturbance in the force. How many of us have watched Star Wars over and over again? And I'm actually going to be talking about Star Trek in a bit, so stay tuned for that, because this is brilliant. You may not know this. I didn't, but I found out at 2 o'clock this morning. These symptoms include headaches, dizziness, brain fog, ringing in the ears, and even mood swings and disrupted sleep. Now, I have disrupted sleep constantly. So, yes, it's a long time since I've done that. It's a very long time since I've done that. During sleep or the preceding relaxation period, the brain creates theta waves, and the rest of the article is blank because my computer hamster has stopped working again. So basically, I will link all of these videos into the description box after the show. I did want to do it before, but the hamster. So that energy is affecting us and making us mardy. That's it. It's making us mardy. Let's have a look at some comments here. Hang on a second. Scrolling back up. While I do that, though, I'm going to log on to another article so that it comes up while I'm yakking and reading through comments. Oh, what's that doing? We'll go to that one because I think that's the one that I want next. Betty's MAGA and they're not happy. Yeah, possibly is MAGA. Said armed man was armed with a shotgun and tear gas. He has been named as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin. Why have they always got three names? Why have they always got three names? Riddle me that. What is your thoughts on all of the unalivers of presidents and those who've tried to unalive presidents having three names? Very interesting. Dear's low-level royal, I'm not disputing he has info. I just don't see the sense in giving that level of royal such info. Ooh, what info? What royal? Paleontology community has been going more progressive for a few decades now, asking natives permission to dig and excavate, etc. That's good. Right. Just scrolling. If it gets him banged up and gets the treatment he's earned in jail, his turn to, yeah, definitely. He was considered a senior royal. Yeah, he's second in line, wasn't he? Not anymore, obviously. He's eighth in line now, I think, but they're talking about removing that, thank God. Thank God. Good thing. The royals have one job: sit there and have us question how much DNA they share with horses. Yep. Well, Princess Anne. Wasn't she in the Olympics, if I remember correctly? A soundboard, Billy. I know I need a soundboard. Itchy Goth. Am I itching? Badontis. Not sure what that was about. The only mythical horse I'm familiar with is Sleipnir, Odin's eight-legged horse, birthed by Loki when he turned himself into a mare temporarily. There is Rhiannon's horse. It begins with a P. The name has just escaped me. She, also a mythical horse, and she rode him and also went into the ground. She was running away from Welsh goddess, running away from, I think, if I remember correctly, two princes or men that were trying to marry her, for want of a better term. Can't remember the horse's name. It began with a P. It'll come to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm sure that one of my producers is probably looking it up as I speak. I've got mood swings and earrings. Red today, red earrings today. They've got bats on. Gonna ask Mikey to get that. Was it 48 minutes? What, the kakar? I'm not sure. About 36 is 38, says Billy. Minutes to what? To midnight? 2 minutes to midnight. To party, another good one. Another good one. Love the Beastie Boys. If I got 50p for every time I failed a maths exam, I'd have about £3.60 by now. I got 100% on my last maths exam. God knows how. The gods favoured me that day. David Jacobson says, relating with too many things you have mentioned. I've mentioned so many things now, I don't know what I've even mentioned. Do you remember the Dragon Project tried to find measurable causes for Earth mysteries? I don't remember that, Mithril. Can you find something and link it for me, and I'll try and open it and keep it open so I can have a look later. This says, I've been Mardy since 2016. Well, I think a lot of us have been. I was Mardy before 2016 when I was arguing with people and telling them that Brexit was a stupid idea. In fact, I think I was Mardy with them. When did the Tories get into power after the Lib Lab coalition? What year was it? Yeah, I was Mardy with them before then as well, also arguing with them all and telling them they should vote Labour. Yeah. The last couple of nights I have had several nightmares, not sure what has caused this sudden uptick. Possibly this hum that the earth is making. You know, these things affect us on so many different levels, and I don't think we don't fully understand what affects us and what doesn't. And I know that quantum science has got a long way to go to explain these things. Black dog tutorial. Okay. Insomnia appears to be my middle name. Me too. Maybe I should start doing a live stream at midnight from my bed. You don't want to see me at midnight. No, with cats sitting on my head and cat arses everywhere. I don't remember the Dragon Project, Mithril. No, I'm sorry. Right. Scrolling down here, the Americans love things in the three branches of government, the nuclear triad, etc. Yeah, well, 3 is a mystical number, isn't it? You know, the Holy Ghost, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spook. And we also have that in paganism, Maiden, Mother, Crone. A triad, a holy triad, is a thing that, 3 is a lucky number. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. Demons, when they scratch you, generally scratch you with three scratches. I watch a load of shit, guys. Pete's changed your meds. Chris changed your meds. Oh, Chris changed any meds. Yeah. You know, I can't remember who I was having a chat with at one stage earlier. It was late last year early last year, actually, when I'd stopped smoking a substance. And I was having dreams, and I'm still having dreams, vivid dreams. I actually enjoy most of them. I do enjoy most of my dreams. I wish sometimes that I could live in those dreams, but then the last week has been some not bad dreams as such, but uncomfortable dreams, and I'm not going to talk about them. Pete, my wife called to tell me she saw a fox on the way to work. I asked how she knew it was on its way to work. Not funny. And because we've got Spike, here's little Nessie as well. Pete, how is McSpike? How is Yikes McSpike? Let me know. Has he been locked up again? Oh God, it's done that thing again. Do keep up, Witchy. I'm trying to keep up. It's difficult because the come and do my job. Charles with polo, fresh breath, but explains the tea. I hate maths with a passion, which is strange, as I love science, computer coding, and I'm a musician. Work that one out. But ones and zeros, computer coding, slightly different, isn't it, to actual maths? Although not really, I don't know. I don't know how I got 100 in that maths exam. I really don't, because I had no clue. There were 2 questions that I had no clue, and I worked it out. Then what I did was I messaged my sister and said, can you just get your son to check this for me? And because he's really good at maths, he's studying economics now. I told him he needs to start reading the FT. And I said, just get him to check if they're right. And he did, and he said they were right. I'm like, okay, and they were right. And I said to her, I don't want to know how to do it if I've got it wrong. I just wanted to check that I've got it right. I don't think that's cheating. It's my thing. Earth mysteries are one of my fascinations from a very early age. I love earth mysteries. I love all mysteries. I love ghosts, aliens. I saw a video earlier on where Obama said that, I think it was on the Sunday roast, wasn't it? Where Obama said that, yeah, aliens are real. I believe that. I've said it before on the show. I've said that I think they're real. Definitely seen a UFO. So, yeah. I have 3 favorite mythical animals. Fenrir, who was betrayed by the Aesir. Dharma, guardian of Helmhere. And Ratascott. I'm trying to read this. Stop moving up. The squirrel who ferries messages up and down Yggdrasil, twixt, and the eagles atop it. Okay, I didn't pronounce that word because I'm sure there's a special way of pronouncing it. And was the horse, yeah. Which you sent me an email today before you watch it. It's just a bit of fun. Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll see the funny side of it. I am able to laugh at myself. Definitely able to laugh at myself. Okay. You only seem to remember nightmares. Who stopped? Anne, she doesn't ride anymore. Keep up. Maths is fundamental to music and science. It is. But I think with music, though, I guess I play by ear. I did study to read music, proper music notes rather than tab, but can't remember for the life of me what it all means now. But I can play by ear. I tune my guitar by ear, always have done. I always get vivid dreams, mostly nightmares. 'Tis why I play Terry Pratchett when I sleep so as to try to shape my dreams better. Oh, it's done its thing again. Oh, here we go. Yikes, Spike is lying low. Couple of unsavoury otters hunting him down for unpaid drug debts. He's a wee bampot. Just canny behave. Hi, Lana. Thank you for joining. Lovely to see you. How are everything down in New Zealand? Too much sleep. Head is on. This seems very energetic. We are a bit, but we're a bit mad. We're all mad in here. I haven't had a Twix in years. I did, actually, not that long ago. Oh, Froggage. What's he done now? Accused of MAGA. I nearly said the C word then. I had to do that to stop myself from saying the C word. For saying he was denied access to Chagos Islands, he flew to the Maldives for a day despite not having a permit to visit nearby archipelago. Was that Trump or Froggage? I'm guessing it was Trump that flew to Maldives. Nithhugger. Okay. David, I'm overweight, diabetes, and feel heavy, and then had a flying dream the other day. Well, flying dreams are interesting. I used to dream about flying when I was a kid. I remember I haven't had a flying dream for a long time, but in my dreams when I was flying, I was swimming. So I had to swim a certain way, always breaststroke, to get up into the air. I did do a lot of swimming when I was younger. Van Gogh used to play things by ear. Hi, Sir Larry. Hi, Sir Larry. That's a really crap joke. Sorry. I don't have a squeaky tank, so I have a squeaky spike. Just going through the comments. You're not overweight. You just like your food. Diabetes is crap. That's crap. I have every sympathy with you there. Is it type 1 or type 2, David? Right. I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave. Oh, bye, Mithril. Another obligation. Bye, Mithril. Take care. I'll see you soon. I can recommend a cheap flute. Your neighbours might not. My neighbours are quite far away from me, which means that I get to play my music really, really loud. Otters are swimming badgers, absolutely. I used to tune the guitar by ear, then play by ear, also do the washing up with my free hand. So it was Farage that went to, he just wanted a holiday, didn't he? He just wanted a holiday. I'll do a fake Twix called a jive. Yes, I have had one of those. I have had one of those, Pete's. Pagan, Wasserhund was the best I could explain to a German lady in Scotland. Does no one else use the words twixt or betwixt? I do. I do. I do. Van Gogh, the last of the great ear holes. I have flying dreams. Also, repeat of climbing like Spider-Man. Problem is the predator is always the top of the building. That sucks. Makes sense. Otters are caniform carnivorans. I was recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, but the GP seems to think it is down to iron deficiency or an autoimmune condition. Keep up with that. All I can say to you, if you are diagnosed with type 2, you can turn it around by eating healthily and exercising. And I know it's not what everybody wants to do, but if you want a better quality of life, because don't forget that diabetes is a dreadful illness. Here's an example of what can happen, and I'm not trying to scare the life out of you, but if you get a cut, for example, in your toe, and that cut doesn't heal, you may well end up losing your foot. Just saying. So, yeah. Beethoven was buried with his music scores, and an eraser helps with decomposing. Who's given me the most shitty jokes tonight? Right. This is a bit of a story, guys. So it is, bless him, this guy has unfortunately left the earth. So we have candles lit. This is quite sad. It did come up on my feed. Now, because I'm a runner, I'm talking about this one. Some of you may have seen it. This is from the Beeb again. Rail signs call after runners unaliving at a crossing. A coroner has called for better signs at level crossings after a runner listening to music unalived when he was hit by a train. Sam Dudley died while jogging in Formby, Merseyside on the 24th of August. The klaxon, siren and red light were in operation at Hogs Hill level crossing. Excuse me. And CCTV footage showed he appeared shocked at the sight of the train and tried to jump backwards. Investigators found the 29-year-old had been listening to music on his mobile phone, which actually displayed a warning that the sound was too loud. Anita Bardwaj, senior coroner for Sefton, said the crossing had been safe, compliant and operating as designed, adding it was more likely than not that Sam did not hear the klaxon. She said, in my opinion, there is a risk that future deaths could occur unless action is taken. I don't run with headphones or music. I like to listen to the animals and the birds and know who's behind me because I'm a woman. And, I think a lot of women don't walk with, or they may have headphones in, but they're perhaps not listening to anything. Anyway, I think that it's, if you're coming up to a level crossing, you'd stop. I would. I know where my mum lives. She lives in Ainsdale, and she is by the train station at Ainsdale. That's where, she lives like a couple of buildings down from it. And the things fall, and the beeping goes and stuff. And when I run there, I actually run up across the bridge because there's a bridge. So it's a bit of extra exercise for me. But I wouldn't even mess around trying to cross there, even though the trains that go there are the slow ones. They're not the great big fast ones. And I'm pretty sure it's probably the same bloody train line as well that my mum, that goes past my mum's. So yeah, it's just really sad that happened. When you run as well, you do tend to look down. You look where your feet are going because obviously you are making sure that you're not doing that with your feet. So it's very sad, very, very sad. But I think it's just, to pay attention to what's going on around us is a little bit important at times. Let's have a look at some comments. A lot of people have diabetes these days. They can hardly keep up producing insulin in Denmark, where I live, and it's one of the big producers of the drug. Wow, you're in Denmark. Whereabouts in Denmark are you, David? I should have guessed with the surname, Jacobson. Yeah, my cat is diabetic. He's got diabetes and he was a stray and he has lost that weight, but he's still diabetic. Bless him. He's, yeah, poor thing. I love him to bits. And he's actually now so good with the injection. I give it to him when he's eating because it's just the easiest time to give him an injection because he's a big cat. He was a stray. And I always get the poorly cats. I've got one of my cats has only got 3 legs. One of my cats has only got 1 eye. The other 2 female torties are fine, just annoying. And then Thorn, he's diabetic. I'm sorry, but when it comes to train versus human, the train will always win. Absolutely. But please bear a thought to the train driver and the emergency service. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chris C. Definitely. Definitely. There's a crossing in Rosington in Doncaster, and a lot of people do deliberately go there. And it's very sad. I can't imagine. The train driver must have been absolutely terrified at seeing that. I really can't imagine what. I mean, it's like when I drive down the road, I always stick to the speed limit. Always, always, always. I cannot afford a fine and I don't want points on my driver's license. When I was younger, when I lived in a different country, different story. But if I see parents with pushchairs and their kids and their dog and they're on the phone, I have to slow down, because I know that, you know, kids can do anything so suddenly. And, you know, parents cycling with their kids on a bike, and you know, little kids, and you can see that the child's not all that stable on the bike. And I just think, oh my God, it's going to fall and I'm going to drive over the head. And this fear of yeah, doing that absolutely terrifies me. So whenever I see cats, not cats, people with kids or children, or, you know, dogs or whatever, I slow down. I just don't want to be in that situation. I really don't want to be in that situation. It must be horrendous. I did actually see an accident once. It was on the way to school. I got off a bus stop early because the bus was taking a different route that day. And it was at the corner of another school, Brandbach in Benoni. And I was at Wordsworth, which was just a block further on. And this lad on a bike was hit by a car, and the wheel just went up in the air, and he didn't survive. I have noticed a certain arrogance in runners and cyclists when mixed with various pedestrians. Just saying. Billy, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I always like cough or hello if they're walking ahead of me and say, excuse me. I'll slow for traffic if it's coming towards me, and I'll go off the pavement and onto the pavement. Personally, I don't think cyclists should be on the pavement. I think that they should be on the road, but they do have right of way, and pedestrians have right of way. Now, I'm moving faster than a pedestrian normally, so I tend to get out of their way. But I notice that if people see me, they move for me. They don't have to, you know, they're not in any way conditioned to move out of the way. It's like when I'm walking down, if I do walk and not run, and I see an older couple walking towards me, I will move over for them. That's just the way I was, you know, taught as a child. And I will also, when I run, when I'm running down the paths, I will make sure I run over to a side so that people can get past. Like when I run down the Greenway here, it's the old train tracks that's been made into a sort of walk thing, and like a scenic route thing. And a lot of cyclists come down there, and I don't mind the ones who ring the bells, but it's the ones that don't have bloody bells that piss me off. I used to have a bell on my bike when I used to cycle, because I used to do mountain biking and stuff, and always had my bell. It just annoys me when cyclists don't have bells and then they think they own the space, because I run in Clumber as well. And obviously in Clumber, you've got a lot of cyclists on the routes that I go on, because I do the sort of off-road kind of routes, the trails. So last week when I was there, there was a group of young lads on the bikes. They didn't have helmets on, but I could see they'd never been before. And I'm like, lads, do you want to go down a really cool hill? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, right, go up here, turn left, and then go down. I said, but just make sure that you stand up, because it's like that. I hope they did it. I hope they didn't chicken out. I play music out loud when I'm out to let folks, especially women, know that I'm about, so I don't overly surprise or scare wary folk. That's good. Thing is, with level crossing, the lights and barriers activate at least 30 seconds before the train is due to arrive. Yeah. Don't know what was in the runner's mind at the time, do we? We don't know. David, what's the cost per dose? Sorry, I did miss Aarhus. Aarhus? Have I pronounced that right? I have no idea where that is. I asked, and of course I'm going to have to go and look that up. Just looking at, especially given how I look. Well, when I run, I look like, you know, my hair's tied up and I'm all sweaty, so I look like a runner, but it's not very often I go running dressed like a goth, to be honest. It's affordable there in Denmark. That's good. I stopped riding my bike due to not being able to see out of my left eye. Oh dear. The breaking point was when a 4 to 5 year old girl just ran out from the left of me and I didn't see her. Oh God, that must have been terrifying. That must have been terrifying. I bet you felt awful. And Mum didn't blame me, but that was it for me and riding bikes. I can imagine, Pagan. I can imagine that. Yeah. Yeah. Chrissy, I hate mobility scooters on the footpath. They expect you to shift out of their way. Yeah. And they sneak up on you. Yeah. Cyclists are a menace on the roads, especially multiple riders, very dangerous and unpredictable, easily bring down a motorcyclist. That's another thing, yeah, with motorcyclists and stuff. I mean, I've used to motorbike, so I always, if I see a motorbike in my rear view, I pull over to the left as far as I can because I know they're going to appreciate that extra bit of space. It's like when I see horses, because I live in an area where there are quite a few horses on the roads, and I actually slow right down for them. Right down, because I've been thrown off of horses and it's not nice, and horses spook very easily at cars. And when I'm in the forest as well, there's a stables nearby, a livery, and they often ride horses there, and I stop running and stand at the side, but I like to look at the horses as well. So, and I talk to the riders as well, because they recognize me. I'm there quite a bit. So yeah. When I was a kid, I didn't have a bell on my bike. I had a klaxon. Worked every time. Aarhus in Denmark is Denmark's second largest city and the biggest city in Jutland. Okay, brilliant. No, stop that. Sorry, I'm talking to the other computer. You've got a national health service in Denmark as well. I stop the horses, especially on my motorbikes, spooks them. It does. It definitely does. Okay, it's coming up to nearly 7:20. I walk or catch the bus or train now instead. Well, I say walk, more like a limp. Oh, bless you, Pagan. But you've got your stick, haven't you? You've got your staff, I think. I think you've got your staff. I know when I had a couple of years ago, guys, just so you know, I could barely walk. I couldn't get out of a chair without using my stick. And I bought myself a ski pole because of the height. I'm 6 foot and walking sticks, and I like to hold my stick there. And it's got a spike in it as well. Now I'm running. I got on the scales today and I have lost 4.2 pounds in the last couple of weeks. I've been using some of those GLP patches that are supposed to stop your cravings. I don't know whether it stopped my cravings or not, but I've lost 4.2 pounds, so I'm happy with that. But I have been doing a lot harder or more difficult running. I've been doing hill work and doing sprints as well. So I've been sprinting, slow down. So high impact training. I do have my 5 foot staff, makes a lovely great thump when it hits the floor. More warning to folks outside that I'm about. Do you wear your Gandalf gear as well? Strange that you, just out of coincidence, Pagan, I know that you are Nordic pagan, and one of your gods is Odin, and the fact that he sacrificed one of his eyes, is that a coincidence, do you think? Is it, because Odin's quite a strong god to work with when you are working with him in circle. I've had some experiences with him that have been so intense. Just a thought. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you. It's hard work. It is hard work losing weight and getting fit again. But I went to my doctor and I said to her, I am taking control of my health now. I'm sick of this. I cannot put up with this anymore. I can't. And I started off with my running. I started off walking, running, and I'd sort of walk most of it, and I'd run 3 sets of 100 steps. And that was a 3 kilometer route. No, a 2.5 kilometer route. And eventually I built it up to where I run the whole route. The first time I ran the whole route, I was like, so yeah. It is it's a journey. Some days you have good days running, some days bad days running. Bad day today, legs were sore, tired, but hopefully on Tuesday I'm going to the forest and hopefully I'll have a good run. But I'm doing hills. So, right, I am going to go to the last article that I wanted to go to, which is about William Shatner. Just waiting for it to load. Hang on. The hamster, waking him up again. I need to feed him more, I think. I think he's getting a bit skinny. Come on, come on. It's buffering, it's buffering. I remember going up a mountain with a knobkerrie, a stick with a bulb on the end. Yeah, I know what a knobkerrie is. I lived in South Africa for a long, long time. That was given to me to keep the baboons at bay. Large primates are quite scary encounters. They are. They definitely are. And people don't understand or realize how big baboons actually are. And they have teeth that are huge. David, I'm guessing that you have spent some time in South Africa because of using the word knobkerrie. I don't know if you know Blyde River Canyon in up towards Kruger Park. We stayed at a lodge, and many years ago now, and I went on a 5K walk. There was like a sign for a 5K walk, and I remember doing this walk, and I could hear baboons. I'm like, oh my God, please, you know, because I had nobody with me. I was all on my own. It was really early morning, and I was terrified. So I sort of, the last bit I did sort of run quite far. But you grew up there, David. Whereabouts? I lived in Benoni and spent most of my time Joburg, Edenvale, but I did live in Cape Town for a bit. My sister stayed in Durban. It's amazing. You stayed in Cape Town. Whereabouts in Cape Town? When I lived down there, I was in Tableview. 67 Libertas. Was it Libertas Avenue? I think it was. That's so incredible that you're now in Denmark, you're on my stream chatting, and you grew up in South Africa. That's amazing. This does not want to play. This does not want to play. Oh, no. Can't do this. Please don't do this. Because I have to play this to you before. Takai and Weinberg. Brilliant. Sorry, guys, this is just... this page is slowing down Firefox. Okay. Sorry, guys, hang on. I'm just trying to... It's not letting me do much of anything. Okay, I'm having to stop this page. I'm going to close all the tabs that I've got open here. I'll remember which ones they are because I screenshot them when I'm reading the stuff on my phone. Sorry, guys, just bear with me because I have to read this article to you because it's bloody awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Never mind, Odin's beard gave me some red beard instead. We were talking about red beard the other day, weren't we, Sir Larry the cat? What's an interesting concept, Billy? What did I say that was about Pagan's Eye? Yeah, because I know when I've worked with specific goddesses in Ritual Circle, I've had experiences that have been really bizarre. One year it was spring, I think it was Ostara, and this was when I was in South Africa, and I invoked Aphrodite. And yeah, that year I was single, but it was a good year. It was a good year. Oh, Sir Larry, I don't anymore because I run. I need my breath. I've got COPD. So it was one or the other. It was like, do I carry on doing that or do I carry on running? It's like, no, I'm going to carry on running. I'm going to carry on running. Couldn't do the two. Could not do the two. It was just too debilitating on my chest. I am looking at possible edibles, though, in the future. For my birthday. Although, when I did my first uni module, I got distinctions and I was smoking at the time. More Anglo-Saxon heathen, but the two are closer related. Woden, not Odin, for example. But you do make an interesting point. I've become more intellectual since becoming less able. I think that's interesting. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. This is just not wanting to come on. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's closed. Let's close that. Sorry, this computer. Your patron god is Frigg, though Woden is too unpredictable, and I'm not sure what that says. You know, isn't right for me. Oh, Thunor. Okay, I know what you mean now. Yeah, my patron deity is the Morrigan. She's my she's a warrior goddess. Celtic warrior goddess, absolutely brilliant energy to work with. Today when I was running, there was a crow sat on a fence shouting at me, like really shout. And there was a car park, so he was shouting at me as I ran down, and then I went past the car and he was shouting at me again. Bloody crows. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys, this is really annoying me, but I have to read this article because it's really funny. So slow. Sorry. Carry on talking amongst yourselves, you know, go and get a cup of tea, or like Sir Larry, you can have a skin up and do what you need to do. Have I got the black screen of death here? Because I can't play it on this one. Really need to get a new computer. Really, really need to get a new computer. Sip of water. Is Tans going live tonight, guys? Do you know? Got two crows frequenting the garden. One has a definite hook to its beak. Interesting. Sorry, guys, this is really annoying me. Anyway, I'll tell you the gist of this whole thing, and hopefully I can get to play you what I wanted to play you. But William Shatner is making a metal album. Now, I didn't know this, but apparently he has made a couple of other metal albums as well. He likes his rock music. And he's covering, I know he's covering AC/DC on this. And I think there's an Iron Maiden that is an Iron Maiden cover. It's definitely covering an AC/DC song. I remember that. But now this one that he released, I think it was in 2013 or was it 2003? He actually, oh yeah, because he's covering an Aussie song as well. I think he's covering an Aussie song or a Black Sabbath song on this new album. But he did a cover of Iron Man. And yeah, he did a cover of Iron Man, and with Zakk Wylde playing guitar. Now, I am a massive Zakk Wylde fan because my guitar is a Zakk Wylde Bullseye, and I absolutely love that guitar. Yeah, up the irons. I am going to see them in Nebworth. I'm going to see them in Nebworth. We're all going to die. Yeah, I know, but it was just like he's like 90 or something. Sorry, I'm having to reload Firefox now. Just bear with me, guys, because it's faster. Firefox on this computer is faster than if I had it on another doohickey thing. Oh, it's okay. Start new session. Start new session. Okay. Hang on, guys. So bear with me. He's 94. He's 94. So here we go. If it'll play. So at 94, he's recording a metal album. I think that is absolutely bloody awesome. Nebworth's near you. Yeah, they've changed it into a 2-day festival now. It was only going to be a 1-day, but that guitar's a wooden migraine. It is. Well, when you're playing it, you don't see it, you see, so much because you're looking at the fretboard normally. Jealous heathen here in South Devon. Sorry, pagan. I saved up for that thing. I really did. It was like, I saw it in Cash Converters and I had to have it. I always wanted one. Right, let's see. Oh, you're going to get an advert first. Sorry, guys.
Helen's just used confused.com. And the weight of car insurance burdens her no more.
If you need car insurance, confused.com.
Mum, Helen adores you. She would love the company.
I prefer Compare the Market, but that's just me.
Insurance feels better when you've just used confused.
Can you hear it?
I am Iron Man.
That's sack. You can just hear that. So there we go, guys. That's what I wanted to end on. Yeah, I've heard a lot worse. I mean, Shatner's voice is not that great, is it? But, I mean, you've got Zach Wilde playing there in the background. You can hear it's him. So I will link this into the description of this. His American accent doesn't sound quite right, to be honest. Still great, though. This is still great, though. It is, yeah. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. So I will be back tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. I shall be doing the Misogyny Monday show. There's quite a lot of stories that have been in the news over the past week that I will be talking about. I will be doing a video on Andrew Tate and his mention in the Epstein files. There's a whole load of stuff on Andrew Tate that I need to cover that I've been wanting to do it for a while now and I've just not got to it. But there's quite a few other stories. I'll let you know about Tuesday. I'm not sure yet about Tuesday, but I will definitely be here tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. If you would like to support the channel, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee and support me by buying me a coffee. He could have at least sung Is He Dr. Doom? Yeah, he could have. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Blessed be. Mwah. And it's up there now, isn't it? It's not down there anymore.